We haven't had some guests, and maybe some other people haven't turned up, but it's not too many spare seats. So what I wanted to do, and I did this recently before, I picked out something really special that could share, and that everyone here could take away with something that is intrinsic of very deep value to you, that you will treasure for the next 30, 40 years of your life. And I'm prepared to share that today and do it. So I've been studying for quite some time on a whole range of issues. My journey started when I did a psych degree at Yale by correspondence. And I realised a few years ago I didn't have all the tools where I was to where I had to go. So this is of particular interest to me. And one of the things that I found out was there's the thing about the giver's gain, or the BNI type model, but it's around reciprocating. And there's a very deep psychological characteristic that every person has. It goes across all communities, it goes across all cultures and everywhere. It's a very wide thing. Now, if you understand this, you can use it to your advantage. Okay? And I'm not talking like being a scumbag and taking advantage of it in a low-life type of way, but you can take the high road on this. And that is that if someone gives you a gift, you feel indebted to them, and then therefore you wish to repay that debt, and in doing it, you will always give a little bit more to make sure you're not exposed. Okay? That's the core essence of what this is about. So, if in your business you are seeking a particular characteristic, like you are seeking more clients, you're seeking more wealth, you're seeking more sales, the path to do that is through the difficulty or the adversary of what you've got to do. So, if you want more money, you need to give more money, because people will always return that money with a little bit extra. If you want clients, people will get it. If you're not getting respect, then if you give people respect up front, they're going to give it back with a slight increase. And as this happens, it pays forward. So the important part about this is to start small. You don't want to be over the top. So it can be something really simple. And we see a lot of junior business people coming in, people under 25 or so, going, I don't have a business card, I do everything electronic. Well, that's a fail, because the first thing you can give to someone with very little cost to you is your card, your contact details. But what you're really saying is, I trust you. I give you this card, here is my telephone number, this is who I am, here are my contact details, and I'm, by giving you the card, expecting you to contact me back. Now that person's in debt straight away. It's important at that particular point of time to pause. And the reason you pause, that person needs to now reflect that I'm in debt and I need to pay it back and I have this obligation. By the way, we as a society value this so much that if you don't do this, we call you a welcher, or we give you lots of demeaning names to that sort of stuff. So it's a very interesting thing, but you must pause so the person can reflect that they've just been entrusted with something and they've gained something. After that pause, the very next strategy or tactic is to ask. That's when you give your ask. So here is my client, here's my card, I'd like you to contact me, pause, and I'm looking for more clients, or I'm looking for more sales, or I'm looking to do a beauty product, or whatever it might be. I'm looking at SEO. And that person instantly is indebted. Now they will measure the card and up that by a bit to make sure they're not in debt. So they'll offer it back. More than likely, they will then look for you for that referral or for whatever that ask would be, because they're now in debt. The important part about this is, you then start small but grow. So they will return a referral. And at the same time, they will probably then ask you for something else. It is then you're in debt and you've got to hand it back. But you escalate up each point. So you just can't go to someone and go, I've got a $900 close, I'm going to do a SEO analysis, whatever, $900, thanks, bang. And that person's going, wait, how? I've got to come up with a $1,000 thing to give back to David, I can't do that. But if he starts with a card, and it goes to a coffee, and it goes to a one-to-one, and it goes to an invitation, it builds up, suddenly, I'm David, here's $900, do my SEO, because in my head, I've got a $1,000 service I can give back to you. and it keeps going. And it goes beyond that. And it doesn't have to stop at $1,000. It can keep going up and up. So Dave might want to buy a house one day, you know? We might want to do something else. So it just builds and builds over time. But it's a very important strategy to use. It's often mishandled. And if you've met someone and you go, oh, I don't like that guy, what happened, or girl, what happened there? What was that all about? You probably find that the giver's gain, the give and the receive has failed, the transaction's failed, okay? Either they've come at you really big and heavy and you have no way of repaying or giving back to it, or alternatively, they have been, they've already started to show who they are, their characteristics and colours, and they have no intention of repaying the debt, or whatever else. So this is where people running around with no business cards are failing. They're not even getting in at step one, let alone up the thing. And you'll probably hear them say or recite a whole range of stories of failed relationships, failed developments, failed in achieving what they want to do. And yet it comes right back to a very simple thing of a 3 to 4 cent business card that you would hand over at that point. So the interesting thing about this is, now you know this, you can then use it to your advantage. Sorry, I'm going to dual-hatted on timekeeping as well, which I didn't start. All right. That's okay. So 7 minutes. Thank you. So thank you. So the important part of this is now that you can plan this. Okay. Now this can be, and again, it can be used for evil or it can be used for good. Remember, you have 2 wolves, a white wolf and a dark wolf. Whichever one reigns supreme is the one you feed. So, again, something you can take for the next 40 years. So, the thing about it is, if you can plan with your children, with your wife, with family members, with people in business, all that, it's the same thing. So it might be just a simple thing. I'll do the dishes tonight, or Friday night's my dinner night, or let me do this for you. Because, again, you start getting into this race of one-upmanship and stepping it up. So if some relationship in your life is failing, maybe the children don't mow the lawn, or maybe whatever it is, that's because mowing the lawn is too much of a big step. And you need to step it back 3 or 5 rungs and start working them up to get through the resistance that's there. But importantly though, if you've got other things in your life that you wish to fulfill, then you can use that strategy and tactic to start filling that bucket with that. So if you're after sales, if you're after connections, if you're after money in the bank or whatever, then that is the path that you need to go through to build it all up. And as I previously said in a presentation earlier, the difference between zero money and $1 million is someone needs to give you that $1 million. And so that's the way to work it up, all right? It starts with a card, 2 or 3 cents, bang, and work it away, and you can build it up. So importantly, BNI have the giver's gain, but it's actually a little bit more than that. And I think if you sincerely put it into play and work it out, you'll be seen as a reliable, confident, caring, considerate type of person, and that you will achieve all those things in life that you wish to achieve. Andrew from 4Data, we fix IT.